I have an announcement to make. And it has to do with Epicurrence. You know, there just comes a time when you gotta move on. It's been a year. I've had 4 events. The last one was in March, and you know, we've just been sitting around reminiscing about that one in Tahoe, and it just, you know, I think it's time to move on and announce the next event. Oh, wait. Much better. All right, so yeah, I'm announcing another event, Epicurrence number 4. Before I tell you about the location, no, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you about the location. We're going to Moab, Utah. Epicurrence number 4, Moab, Utah. It's gonna be amazing. We're staying at this place called Moab Under Canvas. We have the whole place to ourselves. It's like right in the middle of nowhere, in between Canyonlands and Arches National Park. We'll be staying in these incredible canvas tipis and tents, but they're really cool. It's like more like glamping style. They have bathrooms and stuff. Well, some of them do. It's just gonna be an incredible time. We're gonna be doing things like rock climbing, learn survival skills, some photo hikes, cycling, mountain biking, and probably some dirt bikes. And then we come back at night and we do some really incredible, deep, intimate talks around a campfire. It's just gonna be such a good time. It's gonna be epic. It really is. I could go on and tell you about how awesome this event is, but I think who better to tell you really what Epicurrence is about than the alumni. So,
hey everyone, y'all should go to Epicurrence. It's the best design event in the world. Getting to hang out with rad people, recharge for a week, out in nature, honest conversations, real stories, stuff that never comes out at design conferences. And
as a person who doesn't know how to swim, who tried surfing for the first time, and as a person who didn't grow up around a lot of snow, who tried snowboarding for the first time, Epicurrence got me way outside of my comfort zone, which really doesn't happen very often for me. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Epicurrence.
I'm a huge fan of Epicurrence. I've been to all of them. And the reason why I keep going is because every time it's inspiring, it's fun. I meet really great people, like people that I now consider friends. A lot of conferences you go to and you sit in a room, a dark room, alongside people you don't even talk to, and you learn something that you probably could have looked up online. Epicurrence is not a conference. It turns the whole idea of a conference on its head. And instead, it brings you together, and computers aren't even in the equation, and you have real conversations that teach each other things, expand each other's mind, and get to know people. I don't know if there's anything that I appreciate quite as much in terms of bringing designers together.
The fact that there's this code of secrecy and that you do have this like safe place where everybody's not live tweeting it does let you get real information and insight from people. And I would say it's the difference between like going to the NBA finals and playing a game of horse with the Golden State Warriors. Like, yeah, going to the finals is super cool, but playing horse with Steph Curry is going to teach you so much more about your personal game and like how to shoot a free throw or whatever than just being a spectator. And everybody's just super transparent and so happy to share. And not only that, but these are like the raddest people that I've ever met. Aside from being the best in their field, they're also just the people that I wish were my best friends every day.
Epicurrence is unlike any sort of event or experience you will ever come across within this industry. It's not a conference. It's so much more than that. You're going to be surrounded by some of the best and brightest folks in our industry, hands down. And what's even more amazing than that is the experiences that you're going to have at the event are going to bring you closer to these individuals than you ever thought possible. And you're going to leave the event with a whole new set of friends that are going to last you a lifetime.
The thing I remember most about Epicurrence is how welcoming and encouraging everybody was. It was a great format to meet new people and really get to know each other. I learned a ton from people about design, about creative thinking, about just pursuing a passion, and everybody was really encouraging to try new stuff. I opened up and shared some experiences that I've had that I hadn't talked about before, and they even got me to give surfing a shot. So I still can't believe it happened either, but it was one of the best weeks of my life, a once in a lifetime experience. You're the best, Dan. Keep it up.
Epicurrence is the best. It's the only design conference I've actually ever been to, and I've now been to 2 of them, and they're awesome. And the level of friendships you make that stick around is amazing, and the honesty from people you've looked up to and companies like you've dreamed of working for forever is amazing and super humbling, and they're the best people, and you should go because...
Handwritten notes from Dan. Stickers. I got a backpack. This sweet hat. Most of all, the friendships that I made. Friendships that I have still to this day.
The thing that I loved the most about Epicurrence was connecting with the people. And I think that you're going to hear that a lot. But, you know, being able, it's not a happy hour. It's not a dark room with a presentation. It's like one-on-one direct time with peers and people that you really look up to and respect. And you get to ask those questions. You get to
be vulnerable. It's a place that shows you how little you know, how much you have to learn, but it also shows you how many people are willing to teach you and share with you their knowledge, and how many people need you and value what you've learned so far.
Epicurrence is amazing! So Epicurrence is more than a conference to me. It's this community that I got to be a part of, where I made friends that gave me the courage and the support to take some really big and exciting risks that I probably would not have been so excited about taking, but has opened a lot of doors.
I don't want to say too much because I feel like part of what makes it so great is just being surprised. What I will say is if you appreciate feeling inspired, if you appreciate kind people, if you appreciate having a good time, the cat's going crazy.
You'll have absolutely incredible time snowboarding, surfing. I don't know what's gonna be next time, maybe mountain biking or horse riding. We'll see. I highly recommend to go there. Last time my company paid for my ticket. This time I know what to expect and I would pay for myself easily. That's not a question anymore.
I was having conversations with designers from all around the world, from people that I've looked up to for years to designers that I'd never heard of before, but they all impacted me in some pretty incredible ways. And you're not just meeting these people playing icebreaker games or something like that, you're having epic conversations on the chairlift, or you're grabbing a cup of hot chocolate after a long day of skiing. It's these really organic interactions that make long-lasting friendships, and that's what's so special about Epicurrence, is that it's not a 3-day event. It's a 3-day introduction to people that you're going to stay in touch with for a very long time.
Epicurrence really brings together different types of people from different backgrounds, all with a shared passion for design, and I think it creates really incredible, meaningful relationships that I know I'll continue for a long time to come.
Epicurrence, the MONTUES, was one of the best events, experiences I've ever had, not in the design community, not just last year, just ever. I made amazing new friends and had a great time, learned about design, and also inspired me a little bit of what I'm doing going forward. So if you can go be a part of that community, I highly recommend it.
Hey Dan, I wanted to share what I most liked about Epicurrence. I had the chance to go to Epicurrence number 2 in Hawaii, and what I liked most about it is that as a designer, I can easily go and Google things like typography or how to make gradients or layouts or grids, but it's hard to get the human side of design and to see what other designers struggle with, like career-wise, and like management or dealing with managers or dealing with process or all that sort of stuff, and nothing but in-person conversations like can really like hit that. And Epicurrence, because it's so focused not on tools and techniques, but like people and personalities and process, I think it has like a lot of that meat in it, which is wonderful.
I feel like my cop-out answer is always people, but I loved going to Epicurrence and meeting a bunch of folks that I never would have met otherwise, a bunch of
whom we now are collaborating. I'm building an app with Carl, who I met at Epicurrence. So awesome time, fun people.
So Epicurrence to me was a great experience to meet people and doing what I do, struggling with the same struggles I have. It was fun, it was great, the talks were great, but just like on the side, passing by, those were some of the strongest relationships I've created, friendships I have today.
It's really difficult to explain, but it is honestly some of the best experiences that I've had when it comes to a conference. I mean, you just can't beat going to a mountain or the beach or wherever, you know, the amazing place is, and doing a bunch of rad things all day long with people in your industry, and then just chatting about it all night long.
Epicurrence gave me 3 things: confidence, opportunity, and resilience.
I flew all the way to Lake Tahoe from New Zealand to go to the MONTUES, and you know, I just had the best time. It was the best experience I've ever had.
It was about finding out people's stories and encouraging people to take risks and go for the thing that they were afraid to try. And it was amazing, and it's something I'll never forget.
Dan Petty puts on an amazing event. It's so cool to hang out with so many amazing designers and create some actual meaningful relationships.
And just had some amazing conversations. They were super thought-provoking, and I still think about them even a few months later. And it's definitely made me sharper, kind of more self-aware. And
I walked into the MONTUES a couple of months ago feeling a little bit more like a design outsider, and I left there feeling incredibly connected. I think that's what Epicurrence is all about. It's not just about design or having a great time. It's about connection with people and community, and I love that, and I cannot wait for others to experience.
The most amazing event I've ever been to. If you want to be inspired, meet amazing people, learn so much about your field and career and the future of design, you know, do amazing things, just to be inspired to push your limits and have a lot of fun, it's the event for you.
What I like about Epicurrence is that you get to have conversations with people on a chairlift or paddling out in the surf that are way more like authentic because of that context than they would be in a convention center.
I dig Epicurrence because of the conversations that you can have with people that you wouldn't normally have conversations with.
I gained a lot from Epicurrence because I got to meet and talk with a lot of different people who are at different points in their careers.
And hear about their experience, their expertise, their tips and tricks of how to be a better designer.
And after you have those conversations and as you're making decisions, you kind of weigh those experiences and kind of things that you learned at Epicurrence into sort of some of your life decisions.
For me, the best part of Epicurrence is knowing that even the best designers in the industry have problems. They struggle with creativity, mind blocks, not knowing what to do with their life, what their next step in their career is.
Epicurrence is one of the best things that I've done as a designer, hands down. I think what really makes it special, at least for me, were the people. I made a lot of great friends, met so many amazing people from all types of different backgrounds, and
it means opportunity. The opportunity to meet people, to do amazing, awesome things, to get to learn from everybody in the industry and to become a better designer.
But yeah, if you have the chance to go, enjoy every second. It's an amazing experience. Dan is the best host ever.
I wasn't able to go to MONTUES earlier in the year, and after the event, some of the folks who were at Epicurrence with me before hit me up just to say, hey, we missed you.